Welcome to another exciting interview, guys. I'm your host, TeladiaPlays. Sorry there's no webcam on today, guys, and that's because it's daylight. So your boy obviously does not want to put the webcam on where you have problems seeing me. So you guys know the sketch. I do these interviews at least once or twice a month, maybe every 2 months or so. And the last interview was great with Rhea. This interview, guys, it is going to be great as I have got the one and only from movie madness and entertainment, that is Mad Max. So let's bring him on the channel.
What's up, Teladia Plays in the Teladia Plays channel? Hello, everyone. I'm very excited for this interview. You have some tough questions for me, Teladia?
I have got some really tough questions for you.
I came in style today, but
Styling
the
and
shade, the
profiling.
shade, the shade's got to go off because I'm also old and I can't see.
Well, you came styling and
And it's hot.
profiling.
It's
So
hot, so the gloves are off. The gloves are off.
the
But
gloves are
I'll
off.
be
Yes.
gentle. I'll be gentle. Okay.
Yes. So, guys, if you don't know who Mad Max is, he's one great YouTuber. He does covers the movie world. He does does gaming coverage as well. So I have left a link to his Twitter and to his YouTube channel in the description. You guys got to check him out. He's a great person, great individual, and yeah. So let's start off with a great question.
Okay.
What started your YouTube channel? What was your
I was gonna be more in the just toys, Blu-rays, and collectibles. I was gonna be very family friendly.
yeah?
My channel name was Family Movie Game Toy Reviews, and then I got really frustrated with Movie Talk and The Last Jedi, Star Wars sequels,
Yes.
where I was also my wife didn't want to hear it. She's like, I don't want to hear, you're ruining it for me because she enjoyed the movie. So I went to the internet to complain instead. And then I come full circle myself to trying to enjoy things more than complain about it. And it's put me in a better mental state too. Just complaining about everything. I'm not criticizing others that do it because I've done it myself, but it's not good for your health. And there's so much great out there. So yeah, that's where I started. Is I was doing steel books and toy reviews, and then The Last Jedi came out, and I felt very passionate on uh, airing my criticisms. I went a little bit overboard, and then I found my joy again, and just enjoying everything and finding there is good stuff out there. You just got to search for it.
Yes. I couldn't agree more. I mean, like, how long ago did you start your YouTube channel?
Well, I've been on YouTube in one form or another for like 9 years, 10 years maybe, because I used to help my wife. I don't really talk about her channel, but we used to do toy reviews, a talk together.
Yeah.
And then she stopped doing it as much, and then I started focusing on my channel. And the reason I got into movie punditry is I felt the bigs weren't handling it well. Like the Colliders, the John Campia, like they were very dismissive of criticism of that movie originally. Eventually they started talking about it, but at first they were just so dismissive of other opinions, and that's what got me started. And I was like, I could do this, and then I started enjoying it. And then a friend kind of dared me to do live streams. I was never going to do live streams. I was just going to do single video content.
Right.
And a friend said, "Well, you are also critical of others. Why aren't you doing it yourself?" And I'm like, "Okay." And then I started doing live streams, and
Yes.
now I really enjoy it. It's a great way to meet people, interact, have some fun, um, expand your horizons. And some of my best friends ever are in the internet. It's possible. There's some weird stuff on the internet too, but
Yeah.
You can have some good times with people on the internet if you try to stay positive.
Yes, agreed. Like from watching your content, like I really enjoy the stuff you bring to the table to the point where like we discuss about anything. It doesn't even need to be Snyderverse stuff, right?
Hmm.
It could be DC, it could be Marvel, it could be Star Wars, it could be gaming, it could be anything. And you literally bring that to the forefront, and that's what I love about your channel because you're
Hmm.
the broader horizon of things, and you bring channel members on that are part of the community. They have their very own take on it. You don't mind hearing their take because even though it's a different opinion to yours, you don't mind having them on because it is a very strong opinion. Uh, as an example, my Snyderverse stuff. Like,
Hmm.
I love the Snyderverse. I think the Snyderverse is a different take on DC, and I think it's probably one of the best takes on DC, in my honest opinion, because it's different to what Marvel are doing with the light-hearted stuff.
Yeah.
I know that's a very strong opinion. So
Well, that's the other thing. I think that that's also separates what we do on MME compared to the rest. And I like a lot of a lot of channels that are in Snyder fandom too. But I don't think you'll get is you look at my chat, and sometimes it's even crazy because there's people that completely disagree even in the chat on the panel and the chat, and that's a rarity nowadays. Usually, you have groups that share very similar opinions, and it can make it more volatile, but it's also necessary. Like we really need to get. It's really what I think is going to make the world a better place too. Besides nerd talk, is you really got to talk, interact with people you disagree. You really do. If you want to, I don't. The way the world is right now, where people think you could just dismiss and ignore people that you disagree with, and like how are you gonna be in the workplace like that? There's always gonna be people you interact with that you disagree with, and it's not. That's also, I mean, that's not healthy. You got to talk to people with a different. And there are people that I am like, whoa, I do not agree with you, but they're good people. You know, I think that's something that's unique that you get on MMB that I think is really more than you can find any other place in movie talk. Um, including yourself, Teladia. And I appreciate because I know when you're on the panel, you completely disagree with some of the opinions out there, but you keep your cool. You keep
yeah,
your cool. So that's
like I
great.
mean, I don't mind hearing different opinions. I understand. I respect the people's opinions. But like I said, when it comes down to doing this stuff, like um, what you bring is entertainment, value, and like you don't mind bringing people on that have that take of it might be a poor taste for some people, but it's an opinion in the matter, and it's a strong opinion, and you don't mind it. So I appreciate you, for you doing that because it shows that there are people out there that don't mind difference of opinion, and you can be civil about it.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what we have to be. Yeah, I mean, it's a learning curve. I've had to learn. I've had to get to that point myself. You know,
Yeah, and if
there's times in the past where I heard a horrible opinion, in my opinion, and I was like, what? That sounds so stupid, and I had to grow and learn and age. I'm very, I, I have a lot of years under my belt now, so I can handle it a lot better.
yeah, and if any of you guys in the chat do want to ask Max a question, don't feel shy not to because we love hearing your questions for Max. Uh, Lucifer, I know I was a little bit late, but Max was also
I
dealing
know
with a
what's
few
going
things.
on. Is it Opposites Day? Is this what's that what's that movie with
Up- not Groundhog
no
Day.
no 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 we're the lady from True Lies and Halloween switched places with
Freaky Friday?
free. Is this Freaky Saturday? Freaky
No,
Saturday.
no,
Me and Teladia are changing places here.
no, no, no. Okay, so here we go. Very interesting question from Lucifer. Max, what's your favorite stream?
I have to admit, I look on uh the past streams with reverence. Like there's some really chaotic moments on my stream, which I don't think is going to happen too much anymore. But I gotta say, one of my favorite parts is Andy Signor popping on with his Red Skull mask, and I said, what did I said? Can we have the real Andy Signor?
Can we
Can
have
we
the
have
real
can we have the
Can we
real
have the real
Max? You
line?
take off my mask, I'll take off yours, brother. I was like,
Yeah.
wow. And the way he delivered that was so great. Like there were some great moments when it's a different era. We all have to grow, and I think I'm in a different place now where there's not going to be as many craziness because I actually have less to criticize on some of these big YouTubers now when I've experienced some craziness on the internet myself. I understand more now. I've lived through more things, and I have less to criticize them on where I don't think they're going to want to even come on the street. But
Yeah.
I really love those moments, and I got to find a way to bring more of them back. I got to do some editing, including the awesome Zack Snyder shout out that Rhea got me. That oh my god, I never thought I'd get that.
That was the most epic moment. I
Yeah.
was there when Rhea. I mean, shout out to Rhea, by the way, who was my previous guest on my
Mm-hmm.
channel. She's one amazing person, an amazing individual. What she did for you, Max, was amazing.
Oh yeah. I still got to get my poster framed. I just got to find the right size poster frame. I want to make sure
Yeah.
it's a good one, and then I have my T-shirt in a Ziploc so it doesn't mess up the ink of the Sharpie.
So we do have another question, a couple of more questions actually, from Voltaire. Hard hitting question. Rank your top three pizza toppings.
I
And
love pizza.
if you
I
say
love pizza. I like
pineapple
them all.
if you say pineapple on pizza, pineapple belongs on pizza, we can't be friends.
Well, that's going to be one of the top three.
Are you kidding me?
No, no. What's wrong with you, Teladia? You can't. Have you had pineapple on pizza?
I don't like fruit.
Oh man, if you have a good pineapple, fresh pineapple with ham on pizza, magic, magic, Teladia.
Pineapple does not belong on pizza. That's my take. I know it's a hard
Do you,
take,
have
but
you have you tried it?
I don't like fruit on my pizza. I'm a meathead. I love meat.
Well, then get
So
it with ham. I
well,
can't be
we don't have
friends with
ham.
you unless you
I
try it.
I don't have ham
I,
because I'm Muslim.
oh,
So
oh, that's right. Forgot about that. Okay, well, can you do chicken or something? Chicken and
uh, my mom has chicken and pineapple. I don't. I'm just like not for me.
all right.
It's not for me.
All right. So, but
Um,
that's not my top. That's not my favorite. I would say pepper. Like, even though I love all types of toppings on pizza, I'd say my favorite is like really good pepperoni. There's a
uh-huh.
variety. There's a lot of different types of pepperoni, but a good pepperoni on a pizza. Oh, there's even a pizza place near my house that they put the pepperoni under the cheese. Under the cheese. And then mushrooms. I love mushrooms on pizza. And then I would say pineapple third. But I do also like anchovies. I like all kinds of stuff on pizza. So thank you,
Yes.
Voltaire. Yes.
Uh, and Brucifer says, would you have Andy back on again?
I disavow some things I've heard about him, and but honestly, I might have him on again. I could probably have him on again. I don't like the content he makes, like the
Right.
the celebrity goes deep into celebrity drama, gets involved with their personal stuff. I don't like that. But I don't know. I think our past is it's behind us too. Like I don't know what I would talk about with him again, you know?
Yeah.
So
Uh, so you probably wouldn't.
I mean, I'm open to it, but I don't know what I would talk to him about. Like if I had a
Okay.
reason to talk to him again, I would probably have him on the channel again. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So my next question, of course, is gaming. Now I know you love your gaming. I,
Yes.
so my question to you, Max, is obviously you're planning to get Mortal Kombat. Have you ever played the Injustice series?
Oh yeah, I love the Injustice series. Although I actually prefer the this might be a shocker, but DC versus Kombat. Um,
Wow.
because I like even the environments were more 3D than they are in Injustice. And you had the sequences where you're like punching down in the air when you're going to a different level. Whereas now in Injustice, it feels like a cutscene every time you do a super move, you know.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat versus DC actually felt more interactive to me. And they had 3D models, they moved in 3 dimensions. Whereas that's like my pet peeve of video games. We have some great video games, but they're very stuck to the, even though they're 3D, they are very much on a 2D plane fighting at each other. Except for Tekken and Soul Calibur are still 3D movement. But Street Fighter 6, the main mode, and the new Mortal Kombat, new Injustice is very much left to right, even though they're 3D models, you know?
Hmm.
So I would have preferred an next iteration of Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Interesting. I mean, I would have loved another MK versus DC. Don't get me wrong.
It's not as bad as people try to pass it off as. If you
Yeah.
actually go back and play it, it's pretty decent. And then they have the classic, really bright uh, DC costumes. Whereas in Injustice, they kind of put all this like shit on it, you know, armor and stuff, which is okay, but you know,
I mean, mind you, the Injustice universe is actually takes place after the events of Mortal Kombat versus DC. That's a bit of a fun fact for you guys.
mm-hmm.
Um, and it was wonderfully written by Tom Taylor, who's a DC writer. So, that's a great thing. Um, so my next question, of course, Max, is your favorite video game that you played since you were a little child to right now.
Oh man, there's so many. My favorite video, well, one that's really important to my history of video games is, I believe, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, because I never really had a system when it was current until I had the Sega.
Right.
And putting in that Sonic with when you got the, and I loved packing games back at the time. So I really enjoy that. And I love platformers. Um Soul Calibur for the Dreamcast is another one that it was special to me because the Dreamcast was my first system I got at launch, that I bought myself too, you
Hmm.
know. Unfortunately, I traded in a lot of games to help get it. Like I traded in a lot of boxed N64 games to get my Dreamcast. And I used to watch QuickTime videos of Soul Calibur characters on the internet that took like an hour just to watch like a 2 minute video to
Oh,
download
wow.
just to get hype for it. And then I went to an amusement park and I didn't ride any of the rides because I knew that amusement park had a Soul Calibur cabinet before it was released on Dreamcast. And I just spent the whole day in the arcade playing Soul Calibur. And no one was even playing it. I was the only one there. Oh,
Oh,
Angus Max mega fan. Yeah, Angus, we should have you back on the show.
yeah, Angus, thanks for popping in. Yes, this is an interview for myself interviewing Max as
Oh,
you get to know
he
Max.
no, he is the one that dared me to do live streams. That's the person, Black Angus.
Okay, okay, so
Although I even though I like the man, I completely disagree with some of his takes. But we need to reconnect, Angus. Oh my goodness. Yes.
so welcome to my
But
channel anyway,
yeah,
Angus.
he is the one that dared me to live stream. He's like, well, you know, you criticize other people live streaming. You don't, you're afraid to do it yourself. He is the reason. Absolutely, I will give him credit for that. Oh, see, this is he's already making me regret giving him a shout out there. See, this
You
is
see-
yes. Be aware. You're going to get weird humor and a lot of nonsense with Black Angus. But yeah,
Okay, so welcome to my channel anyway, Angus. Feel free to just like and subscribe button, and you won't be disappointed with the content I cover, which is I'm a DC, Spider-Man fan. I cover basically all things DC from the worlds of um, you know, from the Snyderverse, non-Snyderverse, DCU stuff, Arkham, Gotham Knights, you name it. I cover all of that.
mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, back to the interview at hand, actually, Max. Um, so I want to ask you this question: if you could make a, an IP that isn't DC or Marvel into a video game, what would it be?
Isn't DC or Marvel into a video game?
Yes.
Uh, I think I know there was a uh, Back to the Future Telltale game. There's been Back to the Future video, but I'd like a really well done Back to the Future video game.
Oh, yes.
Um, I would like some more Lord of the Rings games again. I would. I wouldn't. I liked it when you remember how IP games got a bad rap back in the day. I liked a lot of games based off of movie properties. I miss that. Um, so let me try to think. I would want another. I know there's also been Matrix games, but I think a really well done Matrix game or Equilibrium with Christian Bale. You know, it doesn't have to be him, but
Mhm.
so I think I don't know. That's a good question. Oh, Tron. Look at my background. Tron. Yeah, Tron's had video games before too, but that's like the perfect like huge Tron game where you could even go and participate in different like the light cycles, the frisbee. They need to bring that back and make it a massive multiplayer game. It would be amazing. You
S-
know, Tron, definitely Tron.
So Angus has actually got a couple of things he'd like to say to me. He hates DC, cool powers, awful characters. Batman, Spider-Man are the best comics characters though, so durable. And he wants to ask me my thoughts on Gunn, the Suicide Squad. Uh, the Suicide Squad from James Gunn, even though it's remission from the 70s, it isn't for me because I think it's a little, it's, yeah, it's comic booky, but it's not the way I would have done a Suicide Squad.
I did not like it the first time, and then I really like it the second time I watched it, and now I really enjoyed the movie. It took me a couple watches, but yeah, it was not the vibe
Yeah.
I was going that I wanted to see after I watched the first Suicide Squad movie. But then I've come to love it. Yes.
For me, it's like what David Ayer did for his Suicide Squad. I rather prefer that over James Gunn. I know it's a hot take, but I just think the David Ayers version was
Oh,
dark and gritty.
the first half is amazing, where they
Yeah,
introduced all the suicide. It's a lot of fun
it's a lot of introduction.
when Will Smith's character gets is in prison and Harley Quinn. There's some really great funny moments there. So
Yes.
I know,
So,
Brucifer.
you know, so like I said, guys, um, when it comes down to it, though, guys, like I'm not a big I hate watching all your bad takes now.
Good. You
I
have
mean,
you
I've got
see.
hot takes. I've got hot takes, Angus. That's a fact.
Well,
I mean,
so does Angus.
I mean,
He's got bad hot takes as well.
I got hot takes about the Snyderverse, about hot takes about the Arkhamverse,
I
I've got
don't
hot
think
takes.
Angus is a huge fan of Snyderverse.
Now I can tell he's not a big Snyderverse fan. I'm assuming he's a DCU fan. So you probably come to the right place because I will be covering some DCU stuff, including James Gunn's Superman, which I'm excited for. So that's a hot take right there. I know some people aren't gonna like that, but it's
I'm
but
looking forward to it. It's just, yeah, I got my concerns, but I mean, what am I going to do? I can't. They're not going to use Cavill, which I
yeah,
think was perfect for Superman, and I think he does have emotional depth. Like people. Uh, I'll look at that plushie. I don't remember why you were or not, but I'll check it out. Okay.
okay. So my next question is from each individual, like from each brand, what is your favorite movie? So like Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Star Trek, and also indie. Like, what is your favorite? You know,
Okay. My favorite Star Wars movies, and then my favorite indie. You mean like that?
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah,
Favorite Star Wars? I have to say A New Hope. Everyone goes Empire, but A New Hope is very exciting of how their group came together, um, how Luke went from a desert planet to saying, I can't leave my uncle and aunt, to what they experienced, to him joining Obi-Wan and meeting Han, and then meeting Leia for the first time. There's just so many great moments. And then him blowing up the Death Star. It's like a perfect movie. The Empire Strikes Back is an amazing movie, but it's very reliant on the other movie. And so is Return of the Jedi. Like, New Hope is just like a perfect movie. Even if you never got a sequel, it's perfect. It's exciting. And I really like the the groups coming together. It was like magic in a bottle. You can't replicate it. That crew
yes,
and those talented actors and actresses all together, and not knowing that they were going to have success. Then Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Although I really do like the Phantom Menace as well. Back to the Future, the first one is a perfect movie. And then I actually, after years and years, I like Back to the Future 2 still, but less and less. I actually really prefer the third one, where they're in the Old West and it's like a Western. Um, Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade,
oh yes, oh yeah,
um, James Bond, GoldenEye. I loved GoldenEye back in the day. That was like a perfect time for gaming and movies together. I love that era. And really like Pierce Brosnan as James Bond. He was probably my favorite James Bond for a while. I would take the best of Pierce Brosnan over Daniel Craig, but he had some bad ones too, though, as James Bond. Let's see, Marvel. One of my favorite like solo movies is Shang-Chi, and that's recent. I rewatched it on Disney Plus IMAX, and it's just amazing. Um, Captain America series is my favorite overall series. Going into it's like perfect, and then goes into Infinity War and Endgame perfectly. Guardians of the Galaxy is the first and the third are amazing. The second is just so for me. In the first is lightning in a bottle too, putting that group together. DC,
That's a hard one for you, isn't it?
Man of Steel is amazing. Man of Steel is amazing. It has all the emotional depth that people say is not there. Cavill's acting is great, and I've never, he really sold it. Like the two scenes that he really sold it for me too, and this whole performance was when he had to kill Zod. He had no other choice, and then also in BVS, uh, I just got a message for someone. And in BVS, when Lex Luthor brings him to his knees,
Mm-hmm.
and you never, like, you really have to believe that Lex Luthor could cripple a Superman with his tactics. And I never felt that more than in BVS compared to all the other live action versions of Lex versus Superman. Like, some of them are pretty cheesy, right? But in that one, you really felt it. And
Yes.
what he did to put Superman on trial and what happened in the courthouse. Oh my God. And it's completely believable to me that if there was a real Superman in this world, that based on including real world politics right now, that people would have an issue with an alien Superman. People would have a real issue with it, including some tech moguls like Elon Musk. Elon Musk would have a lot to say about Superman, you know? So it's like so it's so like I don't know why people can't people think that's a bad take on Superman and Lex or bad story. It's completely believable to me, you know. And the other thing that's funny is what happens in these movies is there's not cutaways. Like there's people that die off screen in Marvel movies, but in these ones, Zack Snow shows it, or or with those movies. You know, even in Superman 2, Superman throws Zod off a cliff or something and kills him. But they don't
Yeah.
focus on that. Like, all he did was show you the stuff, the cool stuff, instead of cutting away. MCU is like, you really think in Age of Ultron, where there's lifting a city up into the air, that everyone's going to make it okay? All right, you're in a fantasy world. I know you're watching a fantasy movie, but you are in a fantasy world if you believe no one was hurt. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or if Superman punches a person, they're just going to be A-okay. They're going to be A-okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you have some really interesting favorite things about the stuff that I mentioned that I really which I find interesting and intriguing that your takes on it. But y- guys, if you guys haven't liked the stream yet, I don't know what you guys are doing. Make sure you hit that like button, guys. A like goal is for at least 5 likes for the stream. We're trying to grow on the channel because there will be a lot more content on the coming this way. I have got like Marvel Spider-Man 2 video coming out tomorrow and much more. So stay tuned for that. Um, but um, Angus says he actually liked No Time to Die a lot. I hope to never touch a Bond again after because it's such a meta send off for the franchise.
I completely disagree. No Time to Die was a big letdown. And it's not because LaShonda Lynch either. It's just it was not a very exciting movie. It was blah to me. I actually prefer Quantum of Solace over No Time to Die. Or what was the one before it? Eh.
Uh, Before Quantum of Solace, Casino Royale.
Or no. I mean before No Time to Die, the last one before
Um,
Spectre.
Spectre,
I'd
yes.
rather watch Spectre again. You know,
Okay,
it just was.
it's a hot take, but I respect it.
Yeah,
But Max, like obviously I want to ask this question, crucial question.
Crucial. All right.
It's about MME. Would you ever allow MME International to be a bigger brand, so to say, for for MME?
Yeah, I'm waiting on it. Go right ahead. I will try to do whatever you can to make it work, brother. We want international community of movie talk and nerds. Definitely. Uh, that was always the goal, to make it a big brand, and to branch out across the world and have a worldwide, uh, you know, worldwide connection. There's a lot of great people around the world, and we should branch out and reach out to people. You know,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I absolutely agree. Little Movie Prep says he prefers Quantum of Solace to Spectre,
Hmm.
and Beautiful says let's go Team MME,
Hmm.
which is great to see MME people in the chat. Great to see you guys interacting with us because this is great. Um, so, but Max, here's a really interesting topic for you.
Hmm.
Summer Game Fest is right around the corner. What is going to be your favorite thing, most anticipated thing you're going
Oh,
to
definitely
have?
Mortal Kombat 1 gameplay. I got to see what it's about. I got to see the guest characters confirmed for real. We pretty much think they are confirmed, but I got to see how they look and play. And I hope it's a level up from Mortal Kombat 11, and not just, you know, not just like more of the same gameplay. I wanted a little bit of an advancement. It's been 4 years since Mortal Kombat 11, so they've
Yeah.
had a lot of time to cook. I love fighting games. Hey, Koj. Hey, man.
Hey, Koj.
That's
Uh,
another masked man. I gotta love it.
you gotta love it. Koj is one
Koj,
another
I gotta have you on the channel sometime, man.
Koj is one amazing dude, part of the Snyderverse uh, community, and he does some amazing content on his channel. So make sure you guys do check out Koj. Go check him out. Great content creator, and you won't be disappointed with the stuff he does for WWE to Fortnite to all these different things.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Uh, Little Movie Pep says there's no way MK1 is gonna match this new Street Fighter. No
Absolutely, it
way.
will. Absolutely, it will. I love guest characters. Guest characters in fighting games are so much fun. So much fun. Um, Viva, Viva
Viva
la
la
lucha.
Lucha. Yes. Viva la Lucha. Yes.
Um, the Street Fighter 6 has some cool new characters, but we're basically playing Ryu and Ken over and over and over.
Koji says, "Oh, thanks for the shout out. I'm just a random unlockable character in the shield, but thank you. No worries. I love fighting games myself and beat 'em ups. Well, you're not
Mhm.
going to be disappointed, Koji, because that's what we're here to talk about. Uh, is like we love fighting games here. I love the
Oh
Injustice
yeah, we need to
sequence.
bring back Fight Night, where we Koj, if you like fighting games, in Teladia,
Yes,
we used to do a series a few months ago where we used to play Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and all kinds of games on either Xbox or PlayStation 4 or 5. And I got to bring that back. And if you guys want to do that, me and Teladia could set that up. You have a
if you guys,
PlayStation, right?
I'm PS5 man. I got a
Yeah, yeah,
PlayStation 5.
yeah. So we could bring back Fight Club. Fight Club is what it was called. Just like the old Edward Norton movie. We could bring back Fight Club, have some fighting games. There's a lot of fighting games out there. I
Yeah,
have most fighting games on both systems, except the new ones. I
yes,
don't have Street Fighter 6 though yet, Perp. It's $70 right now.
yeah. I'm not picking up Street Fighter 6
Maybe if it
at
gets
the
on
moment.
sale. Maybe if it gets on sale. Yeah.
Um, we could do MK11,
Yeah.
so
I
that'd be
have I have
interesting.
MK11 on both systems. I have Soul Calibur, I have Tekken, I have all kinds
Injustice.
of fighting. Injustice 1 and 2 on both systems. Yeah, yeah. Let us know, Koj. We'll get
Koji
you.
says Fight Night or Fight Club sounds sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And little movie pip says, "God damn it."
I don't. I'm on a path to recovery. You know my path to recovery. I don't buy games when they're brand new. I wait till they're cheap. So maybe when there's a discount, you know,
No, but
I'll wait till it's $35. Okay.
so I want to ask you this. This is a very good question. From all the comic book genre video games that we are getting so far, what has piqued you the most in terms of the video games, superhero video games?
I'm really interested in the uh, more so than the new Spider-Man, which looks great. I'm really interested to
Yes.
see a Wonder Woman game and a new Wolverine game. And we haven't really seen gameplay of those. That
Yeah.
sounds amazing to me.
Koj says, yeah, I'll buy stuff later as close to 90 style 30 $40 mark as
Yeah.
possible. And
There's no reason to buy it right away unless you're competitive. Like it's gonna be
yeah. And Brucifer says, Max, do you have any regrets from the past year? Any regrets whatsoever?
I do have a big regret, but I don't want to get myself in the trouble. But it's trying to treat people like adults and trying to handle things instead of just instead of just moving it on because you care. I think caring too much about people that don't care enough about me is a regret. I do know there's a lot that do care about me,
Yes.
but I caring too much about people that don't care about me, and I also regret being a punching bag for other people to make up shit and say shit about me,
Yeah.
and taking the knocks just for the overall community, so we could move past things and make people feel more comfortable, and not to drag down my channel with BS that's not going to age well. It's going to make everyone look bad and uncomfortable. But I regret being a punching bag, and I do not want to be a punching bag anymore. And recognize what really people really care about you. I know there are a lot that really care about me, and I love you all. I love you all, but I'm done with that. I'm no punching bag anymore. There. So
Yes. Okay.
that's an honest answer. That's an honest answer.
I understand totally. Little movie pip says, so you won't get MK1 right away?
I might have to. That's a game that, depending on how good it is, the trailer, I might have to get that one right away. I'll have to see.
Yes. Little movie says his regret was seeing Shazam.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with that. Shazam was
Well,
my
let him rip, Voltaire. This is exclusives for Teladia's channel. I'm not going to be reposting this on mine.
yeah,
So if you have a hard question you want me to answer, I'll go ahead. Not going to name names or anything, but yeah.
yeah. Pip, I'm gonna kick your prehistoric butt. I'm gonna kick your prehistoric butt. Okay. Uh, Ko- Koj says some people online care more about drama than people and handling things as adults. I regret too, but all it's like all less. It's sorry, but it's all like lessons we if we learn and mature from it going forward, which I agree and I like that comment particularly because that comment means means something. There's a message behind that comment. So I appreciate you putting that comment out there. Little movie pep say, "Wow, Street Fighter hater."
No, I love Street Fighter. The thing is that the thing that's annoying when you buy a new Street Fighter then game though is what you want to go online to see a million Ryu and Kens. Like that's the thing with Street Fighter. There's a great game there. There's lots of great characters, but people play the same characters, and Ryu and Ken always have the upper, in my opinion, a lot of an upper hand on other characters because people just know their move set so well. They're slightly OP in different versions, and there's a great, there's a lot of new. I will give Street Fighter 6 credit. There's some new characters that look intriguing, so I do like that. I sometimes prefer the style of the other Street Fighter. Like I have Street Fighter 5, I bought that right away.
Yeah. Little Movie Pub says, how do you decide if a thumbnail and a headline is too much? Do you like riding the line of sensational?
Everyone complains about clickbait, but everyone clicks on it. So you know what? I know I would prefer a world where I didn't have to do sensational headlines and stuff to get people, and I don't do it as much. And I'll be honest, my views have dipped a little bit because I haven't been doing it as much, and I know why. I know why. I'm just focusing on the movies, the entertainment, but everyone clicks on it and then complains about it. So people are the problem, not it's until people start actually engaging with quality content with non-sensational headlines, I will occasionally use them because people are the problem. They complain about it, but they click on them. You
Yeah.
know?
So, um, when it comes down to when it comes down to it though, like, oh, Lucifer's got a couple of questions. Well, the movie post got more questions. So we'll ask the movie post question, then we'll go to Lucifer's. So it says, have you ever given a position you don't really believe but did so for clicks?
Mm, I've never been disingenuous and proposed something I don't believe in. I might do a joke and say I don't really believe this is a joke, but not like selling it to the audience, a take that I don't even believe myself just for views. No, no. I might do a joke thumbnail and a joke title, but not like selling it. Like I actually believe this, which I think some big YouTubers can occasionally do.
Yeah,
Sell something just for clicks, take a position because it's popular. I don't think I've ever taken a position because it's popular. Um, when I did the Star Wars stuff, I really felt that way. You know, and I think actually, like now, I would say there was a time the Snyderverse content has ebbs and flows. There was a time when it was being announced that everyone jumped on the Snyderverse train
yes.
for clicks. And now it's less popular to talk positive about Snyderverse because people are tired of hearing about the fandom. They are. I will be honest. The pendulum has swung back the other way, and you get more clicks and engagement by bashing it. But I haven't wavered. I know it's not a popular opinion now. I know it's not a popular opinion that it could continue.
Lucifer says, I'd say do more clips for thumbnails and more reaction videos.
Yeah, I could. I could.
I mean, I do reaction videos. There's no denying that, guys. I love doing reaction videos, especially when it comes down to the video game terms, because I love doing the comic book video games reactions. So I've covered Suicide Squad, the Batman Arkham stuff. I've also done Injustice. Um, I just recently did a reaction to Marvel Spider-Man 2, and Gotham Knights when that was a big thing as well. I covered that on my channel. But like, yeah, reaction videos are top notch. If you know what you're looking for, you have to clickbait it in some way, shape, or form. So if anyone knows about reaction videos, you're looking at me.
Cool, cool,
So
cool.
so but Max, we're gonna wrap up in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
So we've got a few
Good,
more
because I'm
questions.
getting hot. Woo! Even the air conditioner, it's a hot day.
Yes, I understand totally. So we got like a few more questions. If any of you guys got any more questions in the chat, drop them in now before we end the stream in 10 minutes. Um, so obviously I want to ask this question, Max. What is the future of MME going to be looking like?
I think we need to branch out, talk to more people. For instance, I really want to talk to Koj now. I've known Koj for a while, but we haven't really connected. I want to talk to your people, Teladia, and
Yes.
I want to grow. Like Jared and you. Maybe we'll get you more involved with besides MMA International to the max on Saturday nights, and also I'm doing a collab with Brucifer at least with Renovision tonight. The plan is to talk to more people, less drama. That's a hard ask, but
It's
that's
it's the positive outcome.
yeah.
Koj asks, Max, favorite Street Fighter game, favorite MK game, and favorite other fighting game.
I would say my favorite Street Fighter game is actually I really like Five. Five started out rocky, but you could actually earn the extra characters instead of buying them with fight money. And I grinded to get a lot of them. And I like the style of Street Fighter V's character design better than Street Fighter 6. So a lot of
Yes.
it is the only thing that really intrigues me about Street Fighter 6 is the new characters. But the gameplay is really tight in 5. If you go back and play 5 right now, it's really good. All the seasons they did. Mortal Kombat, I would say Mortal Kombat 11 is really good because the cast of characters and the guest characters. I love having Arnold and Rambo and RoboCop and Spawn. I would my dream is that Mortal Kombat could get to a point where you not only have Arnold as the Terminator or Rambo, but also have Alien and Predator. I would love to take on the Predator as Rambo. Like, it's so sad that we had different Mortal Kombat games and they didn't have the DLC characters continue. Because can you imagine taking on a Predator or a Xenomorph as Rambo or Terminator? Oh my God. And favorite other fighting game? And
Yeah.
I would also say a hidden gem for me is Mortal Kombat versus DC. I think there was a base game that was really great. It still had 3D movement. I prefer the scene transitions of like bashing another villain through a wall. And then when you're jumping off, going from a different tier, you're fighting in midair. That was a great sequence for me. That's more enjoyable than the cutscenes in Injustice. I also I really like Soul Calibur. My favorite Soul Calibur is actually Soul Calibur 3 because it had the most characters, and that's where they started character creation. Uh, um, and let me see. Um, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is also underrated. With the DLC characters, it was getting really good. If they had a few more stages and another season of characters, it would have been legit. People gave up on it too quick. I know people don't like paying extra money for characters, but it really could have got there. The gameplay's tight
Yes.
and it's very underrated. And if you have all the DLC characters, Mortal Kombat or Marvel versus Capcom Infinite is actually really good.
Yes. Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom is also a good game. Little Movie Pub has got a question for you. Do you prefer deep discussions on movies or scoop possibilities?
I get excited by scoops and leaks. I really do. I do like deep discussions too, occasionally. But for the day to day, scoops are fun for me. I get excited. I don't like negative scoops and leaks. Like word, oh, I heard this movie's horrible. That makes me upset. I like exciting stuff. Did you hear this character might be in this movie? Or they might make another Hugh Jackman might be back as Wolverine, or they're thinking about Joker 2 and it might be star Lady Gaga. And that was a scoop that actually 100% was confirmed. And people didn't believe it at first, you know?
Yeah.
So that's exciting. And people on both sides of the scoop talk go way too far. No one's 100% right. No one's 100% wrong. If you understand the scoop game, you could enjoy it more. I'd say 50-50. You know, I'd say 50-50 in my personal um, evaluation of the scoop genre. Like just for also fighting games. I've been researching every scoop I could get on Mortal Kombat 1. I want to know about it. And I don't care if people are leaking it. As long as it's positive, as long as it's positive news, I don't care that they're leaking it. Like I want to know about the guest characters in Mortal Kombat 1, you know? Because I might get it. And I'm really hyped for that. So
Yeah. So my we got Little Movie Pep saying I love Street Fighter 5 too. Koji loves Street Fighter 5. Open World and Street Fighter 6 is amazing.
I
The
am
cool but
not
clever.
interested. I love beat 'em ups. I am not interested in the open world part of Street Fighter 6 whatsoever.
Spawn love. Koji says, "Yo, MK could only have MK guest character game. I wanted RoboCop and it versus everybody. MK versus DC was decent. Liu Kang never looked better too, which I
And there
agree
was a
there.
little bit of 3D movement that I miss. There's
Y-
no longer 3D movement in the game.
Yes. So, here's my final crucial question for you, Max.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars, Marvel, DC, or Star Trek? Which one of these would you classify as your top subject to cover?
Oh my goodness. That's a hard hitting question. I would actually say DC could have been my favorite thing to talk about if they actually produced more stuff. But I would say because they've been, the history of Warner Brothers and not actually accomplishing everything they announce. And yes, they actually announced it. I'm looking at you, Percifer. Was that just a rumor? No, they announced the slate that they were doing certain movies and they didn't accomplish it. So because Marvel actually makes what it announces and the quality is at a certain height, I would say Marvel. I would like it to be DC, but Marvel. And Star Wars is really fun to watch, but I don't have as much fun. I still cover it and I still get excited, but not as much to talk about as Marvel. So that's the disclaimer. I would love it to be DC, to have all these DC movies. And when there was the Joker 2 stuff was coming out and the videos from set with Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn, that was great for me. I love that part when that was like a month or two ago. But consistently Marvel, because they actually do more shows and more productions.
Yes. Um. So we're coming
And
up
they
to the
bring
end.
and they bring people back. They respect all their talent. Can you imagine? We're getting Hugh Jackman, we're getting Daredevil, we're getting Punisher. We got all the
Yes.
Spider-Men, and you don't have to have fans that prefer one version of Spider-Man fighting over which one's going to be in the movie. You know,
Mhm.
because that's how you handle fan service. Marvel actually does fan service. Warner Brothers ignores fan service. It gets fans at each other saying, well, this
You
doesn't
ain't wrong
matter.
there.
You don't even have that
You
discussion
ain't
in Marvel.
you ain't wrong there. You ain't wrong
Yeah.
there. So but before we end, um anybody in the chat like to put their final question in? I'll let you guys do that. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Max, can you let people know what you've got coming up on your channel, whether it's on the gaming channel, whether it's on the MME channel, whether it's what have you got
Yeah.
coming up for
Movie
you?
Madness, Movie Madness and Entertainment. We usually go live 10 p.m. Eastern or 10:30 or 11. It depends on the day I had at work. Um, Tonight I am going to make. Today I've been doing guest appearances on friend streams like yours, and then I might go with Bruce for the Renovision. I might stream later tonight. We'll see. I want, and tomorrow will be a member stream where we might watch Foundation series on Apple Plus, which I've been really enjoying. Yeah, definitely more video games, MME International, and I want to have more collaborations is what I'm going to shoot for to try to challenge myself. Also, I will be going to Too Many Games at the end of June, which is a
Yes.
gaming convention. I hope to vlog about it too.
Vlog? Okay, that sounds exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very exciting. Um, as for me, guys, you guys know, like I said previously, I have got the Marvel Spider-Man 2 video coming out later tomorrow. And also, guys, I'll be on the MME channel, with Max, Brian, and the rest of the MME team as we discuss everything, the latest news that we get from the worlds of DC, Marvel, Star Wars, you name it, the works, right? And also next week, guys, it's the Summer Game Fest. So I will be covering that on both on the MME channel and the Teladia Plays YouTube page, Twitch page. So make sure you guys do check out my
Mm-hmm.
Twitch page as we're going to be covering Summer Game Fest on Thursday and on Saturday or Sunday as well. We'll be covering so many amazing things going to be happening, and you guys are welcome to participate. If you guys want to come on the panel, let me know via Twitter DMs, and I'll be sure to happy to get you guys on, and you can be a participation of the panelist as we go over the latest news and reactions, by the way, for anything gaming related. So stay tuned and if you're new around here, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe button, hit that notification bell because when a video does go live, you will be notified. And I would like to say thank you to everyone that came here, asked back crucial, crucial, hard-hitting questions, guys. If it wasn't for you guys, I don't think this interview would have been possible. I wanted to do this interview, but I also knew that I knew the chat was going to ask some crucial questions. So a big shout out goes out to you guys, Bruce, Little Movie Pep, Koj, Voltaire. You guys are awesome,
Mm-hmm.
and also Angus. I forgot to mention Angus is another person.
You don't have to
Shout
mention
out.
Angus again. I'm just kidding. I'm seeing if he's still watching. Just kidding.
So shout out goes out to you guys. So until the next exciting interview, hopefully will be soon. I'm probably gonna try and get Zod Writer on the channel soon. I'm planning that
Cool,
up.
cool.
Um, yes, I'm gonna try and get Zod Writer on and to talk about his book for Pause Not Stop because I would love to talk about that with him. Coach says glad I got to catch it. Cool conversation, gentlemen. Yes, thank you for coming on, Koj. Coming on the chat. And until the next exciting episode uh, of Voltaire. Voltaire, please.
Why are you upset, Voltaire? If you have
Why upset?
another hot question, to pop it in real quick.
Yeah, pop in real quick.
Although we're losing
Voltaire,
Teladia
if
with
you
the
could.
Wi-Fi, the heat in the Wi-Fi is getting. He just was angry
Yeah,
that it's
Voltaire.
over. Okay.
Voltaire, you got one question. I'll give you that one question. I don't mind holding off. So if you got one question, put that question in, and I'll ask it to Max. So
Mm-hmm.
while he's typing that out, Max, um, like I
Oh.
gotta say thank you again. No,
Oh,
you're
he's good.
good.
He's good.
Okay. So with that being said, though, guys, I've been your host Teladia Plays. This has been Mad Max from Movie Madness and Entertainment. This has been an interview. Teladia Plays interviews Mad Max, and we will see you next time for another exciting interview. So stay safe out there and peace out.